Oh shoot. Hello. Late night stream again. Because I'm notorious for having a, let's say, not the best sleep schedule. Today we're gonna be working on, hopefully the sound levels are, I just switched around my Streamlabs, so I'm kinda, some of my presets got reset. But we're gonna be working on Genshin related things today. Oops, that's not what I wanted. That's the alert box. I actually should move that. To be off in the corner over here. But what I really wanted to do was move my monitor. There we go. And lock that down. Yeah, my settings got a little messed up when I was saving and importing them again. So this is just to make sure that everything is working again. But yeah, I am working on some art of drawing myself as Venti. I'm probably still gonna draw myself with my own like color palette. But I should pull up Venti. I've been drawing him like a lot. Well, not a lot, but I've been drawing him a fair amount. Compared to the other Genshin characters, I probably have drawn him the most. Can I have a larger image? Thank you. That should be large enough. Oh, that's the small version. We're gonna do mostly full body art, I think. Why is this so small? Show me the full size image. Large. But yeah, I'm still, because this is just a test stream, the panels are not yet finished. I think I might have squished him a little, but that's okay. I just need him for the outfit reference. Oh my gosh. I've been switching between CSP and GIMP, and the way that you lock the aspect ratio for the two versus like drawing straight lines or whatever is just like completely flipped. So whenever I'm like, oh, I want to draw a straight line, like I'll hit like Control or Shift on the wrong program, like okay. Sorry, I'm just like trying to, I'd be talking a little bit more, but I'm trying to figure everything out. Okay. I haven't actually thought of what pose I want to do. That's something I usually figure out before I start streaming, so I can have like the general pose layout, because I will spend an absurd amount of time trying to get it right. So I'm just gonna do whatever I feel like it. Maybe I'll do something that's like more reminiscent of his, what is it? Don't look at me and my horrible sketchy pattern, the way that I draw. You see, this is why I figure out poses first before I start streaming. I'll usually go through like 4 or 5 sketches that are like completely different, and then I'll try picking from figuring it out from there. And like refining that, but that'll take a few. That'll take a few passes. But I wanted to have something that is like something that I can put in the corner as like part of a thumbnail. This seems a little strange. It feels like I'm about to like laugh at you like an anime villain. Like, ooh, you thought you could be as good as me. This is probably not how you do like a. I really want to do like the like what is it? A himedere laugh. Oh, ho, ho, ho. But my vocal range is not enough for it. It's not large enough. I used to be a soprano, but that's when I was literally a child, so I had a much larger vocal range when I was a child. I could go to alto to like upper soprano, but I have not done any sort of like training of my voice, and I don't do music anymore. If you don't count me knowing a singular song on the guitar and not even playing it properly. If you go if you go like search around on the internet, I'm sure you can find me singing somewhere. But at the very least, that's not going to be a main part of my channel specifically because I can't really do it that well. Unless it's like fun karaoke night with like friends or whatever. Not on the channel, I should clarify. Unless it's like literally we all accept that we're all gonna be like silly and bad at it. Because I can't sing, and it's not like I don't think it's a bad thing. I just I enjoy hearing other people sing more. I need to stop doing with these like top-down things. Venti is short. I just thought like maybe like floating or whatever might be part of like why he'd be looking down at you or I'd be looking down at you. Let's try something like a little bit more contained. I want it to be fairly vertical, or at least if I were to have like a YouTube thumbnail, then I'd want it to fit like on this half. Maybe that's how I should do it. I should like have a YouTube thumbnail and then figure out what I want to do with it. Because the way that I'd be doing, generally have like this layout, where screenshot from game, title, me over here. Because YouTube was originally where I was going to be streaming. Because that's where I was most familiar with it, but I've been streaming on Twitch, on a different channel, and first of all, it like is faster than YouTube and is a little bit easier to set up, and also I think it's just it's more about streaming culture here because it's a platform that is like exclusive to streaming. But you know, it's not really. It's not like YouTube where it's like whatever. It's meant for streaming and streaming only. Plus, I feel like the bar to like creating a community is a little lower. It's a lot hard to get recommended on YouTube because you are competing with a lot of other content. Yeah. Plus, I was just sad because no channel emojis on YouTube. And like badges or whatever. Yeah, I just think that it's easier to like do more custom stuff on Twitch, and like I'm not really doing this to make money, but it's easier to like make affiliate on Twitch than it is to make whatever partner on YouTube, whatever it's called. I keep going back to like the thing where I'm like looking down at you. So maybe we'll just go with this. I would be probably thinking more in different poses if I were not streaming. Um, I swear I always go with like the same poses all the time, like my same default poses if I'm not thinking about it too hard. Maybe I'll like rotate this a little bit. I'm gonna be doing the initial sketch this is gonna be a little messy, but I am slowly learning how to use CSP, and so but I'm not like entirely comfortable with using it yet, so I'm gonna be doing the initial sketch in GIMP, and then I will be porting it over to porting like the sketch over to CSP so I can do like a more detailed sketch. It's a little easier on there. Plus it has a little bit more like transformation tools, so if I need to make adjustments. And then I will be doing base colors also in CSP, but then I'm ultimately going to be switching over to GIMP to to color this thing. I don't think I'm going to get this done tonight because I still do have things I need to wake up for tomorrow. Ignore the fact that I was asleep from like, well, I'm not even gonna, I can't even describe what my sleep schedule was. I was really tired the previous day because I had gotten like an hour of sleep. I'd like, oh my god, I felt so bad. I was in the middle of a class, which it's my like senior, essentially my senior thesis class, or like equivalent, to like my program. And in this class you have to like work in groups. So I have 2 partners, and a majority of the class is, because it's my second semester taking this class, you have to like work on a project. The first half is planning, and the second half is working on the project. So especially now, you're not really being taught anything. You're being you're working on your project, and where was I going? Sorry. So you're working mostly independently, and the professor will just step in every now and again. He'll just ask like, hey, like, do you guys need any help? Is there anything you need clarification with? And so everything else is team meetings. So we were like having our like little team meeting, and I like, we're working on our finances for this project. Which, like, we've already done most of our finances. We just needed to do a, like, actual, like, budget proposal. And, yeah, I go and, work on it. I, like, transfer all of the previous budget stuff that we had. And then what's it called? I like fall asleep because I like sit down in my bed because my bed is right next to my desk, and I was feeling a little tired, so I'm just like, okay, well, I'll just like get a pillow so I can rest my head on. But like I'll still be working on it, and I was working on it for like 20 minutes, like in addition to the 20 minutes I was already working on it. So the team, we're using like Zoom, and we have the free version, so the Zoom call we have only lasts 40 minutes, and then you have to leave and rejoin. And then so 40 minutes is up because I said I worked on it 20 minutes, and then I worked on it 20 minutes when I was in my bed, and next thing I know, I guess I'm asleep. And I wake up, and my dad's like, I forgot, I forgot what he was asking me, but he was asking me if I needed anything. Oops. I like look at the clock, and I see it's like significantly after class time, and I look at the Google Docs chat that we were working on, and it's just like, hey, are you gonna rejoin the call? And oops. I told I saw my friends later, like in the day, in person, because we had to, this is like a very physical project. We were like social distancing and everything, obviously. Be safe, there's a pandemic going on. But we did physically have to be in the same place for this part of the project. So it just was like, I'm so sorry I fell asleep during the call. I mean, this is like not completely unexpected of me, which is kind of sad to say. Do I want to have it like crossed legs? No, I don't like that. I kind of want to be like playing some sort of instrument, because I feel like it's not really Venti without his lyre. But yeah. And my friend was like, I was wondering what that, like, why you didn't join it, like, the call again. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really bad sleep schedule, so that was why. I only also got like an hour of sleep that day because I had to, well, an hour of sleep that day until when we met up, because once again we had to meet up in person. So as soon as the class was over, which ends at like 11, then to get to campus on time, I have to leave around 12 o'clock. So I got about an hour of sleep, because I mean I fell asleep for like I don't know, I fell asleep for too long. If I had just dozed off and then like come back and be like, oh, I'm sorry, then I think it would be fine. But like, man, I really did just pass out and never rejoin that chat. But yeah, shopping for the project, which is what we were doing, we needed to like get supplies for it, went fine. And yeah, it was fun because we like, you know, we were going to a store that's pretty big and usually doesn't have a lot of people in it, because it was like a hardware store. And the aisles were gigantic, and you can really tell how like nerdy all of us are because we got really excited. We're like, oh, look, it's like PVC. Or like, ooh, it's like different electrical supplies. Oh my gosh, we're all very nerdy. But yeah, then I went home. I told my friends, my other set of friends, like online friends, and I said like, hey, does anyone play Genshin when I get home? Like, I first have to shower, because like, you know, I was out and I was with people, and I was in a public space. I was just at school, so I was like, does anyone play Genshin later after I shower and get home? And people were like, yeah, let's do like the child boss fight. Well, I got home and I was awake for about an hour because I said I was like, oh, let's do this in about 2 hours because it's gonna take me like probably an hour to get home. And then it's probably gonna take me like an hour to like feel like I'm ready because, you know, I have to shower and dry off and like all these other things, and like eat food. But I like, so I take my shower. Yeah, I take my shower, sit down, and I'm like just scrolling through Twitter or something. I'm trying to like mentally prepare myself for talking to people again. And I fall asleep again. And then I wake up at like 11 p.m. Mind you, I got home at about 5 o'clock in the evening. And then, yeah, it was like a little bit before 5 I got home, but I definitely fell asleep around 5. I don't like how this pose looks. It's a little too contained at the top. Oops. Okay, I think the head is too big for, like, this body. Is there a way I can have... Maybe I should pick a different instrument. I was gonna be like, oh, I'll pick an instrument that I've actually played in the past. Well, those would be guitar, like electric guitar, because that was a gift from my brother, and violin. Guitar, I feel like, is significantly easier to draw than violin, or maybe it's just because I like know violins more than I know guitars, but in my opinion, violins are, first of all, like, the positions that you have to draw your hands are like so particular, and I feel like it's a little bit more three-dimensional, because with electric guitars, they don't need to have like a good body to them or whatever. You're just like amplifying the sounds of the guitars are making already. But you know, a violin is like acoustic. So it has like a little bit more three-dimensionality to it. Plus, the bridge is not flat; it's curved, which makes trying to get the perspective for the strings a little more annoying. Everything is like more 3D with the violin. So no violins here in this house. It's been a really long time since I've played the violin, but I'd still like to if the opportunity arose. But saving money for other things that are more important, like college. One day I would like to get back into playing the violin. I'd probably need to like take violin lessons because it's been a very long time. I can still read music just as quickly, like maybe a little less quickly, but I can still read it almost as quickly as I could when I was actually playing the violin. But my actual skills, I picked up the violin like it's actually a few years ago, but it had been a few years since I had played the violin. Sorry, I'm drinking water. It had been a few years since I played the violin. Oh jeez. Okay. And I could not. I just couldn't. Oh my god. Yeah. My friend had a violin when they were hanging out. Mind you, remember this is a few years ago, so not during the COVID times. I feel like I need to specify that, because anytime I hear someone saying like, oh, when we were hanging out, it makes me really anxious. I'm like, you were hanging out? Like, now? So I always feel the need to specify so people don't worry about it. Sometimes I get, I will listen to like videos or whatever where they're like, or vlogs or something, and I see people are outside and it stresses me out. I have like too many dreams about COVID, but I don't want to like make that the whole discussion, because I think all of us are kind of tired of COVID like discussions. Not that it's not an important thing to have, a discussion to have, it's just, you know, this is supposed to be a bit more of a chill place, more of an escapist place than oh god, the world. Not that those issues are not important, because they definitely are. Okay, this leg, too big? Too big. Too long, I should say. And this foot is too small. I'm like looking at the way that I draw like thighs in general, / my thighs, because the way that I draw thighs in general are influenced by my own thighs. They're all so large. Like, they're definitely not like the largest like thighs ever or whatever. I would not call myself like thick or whatever. I feel like a lot of people who say like this person is thick has never seen like someone who's thick in their life. I'm looking at literally everyone who is called Mona thick. Yeah, I feel like my thighs are a lot thicker than a lot of, you know, anime characters, and then so when I draw them, I like the way that I draw thighs, or like bodies in general, is modeled, often modeled off of my own anatomy, because that's what I most often use as reference pictures, because I take my own reference pictures. Another reason that I usually get sketches done off stream is so I can reference myself without having like a picture of myself in like the most ridiculous like yoga pants, like tank top outfit, like the ugliest combination, because I have to get into like tight-ish clothing in order to get like good reference pictures. Or like I have like a leotard or whatever that I use for cosplay, and I'll use that instead because you can like, you know, it's a leotard. It's supposed to like be like not be super like flashy or whatever. Like there's not a lot of extra fabric to it. It's a leotard. And while I'm okay with like having, if it's me in cosplay, I'm okay with me wearing that. But if it's just like a picture of me trying to figure out a pose, I feel really awkward. So it's why I usually have my sketches done before the stream. I feel like it makes me look a little sus though, because it's just like, you have your sketch done before the stream. Did you even draw this? Like, yes, I did. You can see the layers. I don't know. I've been getting like stressed out about that because I was watching like art. I don't want to say art drama, but like, because I don't really like drama videos, but I was watching, who is it, like Daft Pina videos? I think that's his name or their name. And like there was one person they were reviewing who was just like, this person is a tracer. Like they start all their videos with the sketch already done. I'm like, wait, but I start the videos with the sketch already done. I don't think anyone's gonna like accuse me of tracing or anything. I'm not a tracer, so but it it stresses me out. Like it's always in the back of my mind. I'm like get really anxious about things that like I know are extremely unlikely to happen, but you know, it's the anxiety, baby. um Okay, I have to like look. I'm like looking at my own reactive sprite so I can like see what I look like. Um, I'm trying to make sure. One of the annoying things about like my little antenna is that I have to make sure that they're not blocking my face. Um, when I have my model, I'm like still trying to figure out how to like change expressions and do animations. That's my current project, is that I'm gonna like the model is basically, it's functionally done. Like if I wanted to start streaming with it, I could like immediately because it's done. But the if I want to add like a little bit more customization, I want to do expressions and things like that. I also am trying to figure out how to toggle things on and off, because I feel like sometimes my model takes up a little bit too much space on the screen. So say if I were doing like some sort of collaboration or whatever, I wouldn't want to be the only one whose model's on the screen because I have wings and they're very big. If you've seen, I think I posted I don't know if I posted this, but it's my YouTube banner and it's also currently, I think, the background banner for my Twitch right now. I'm gonna be making like custom things to replace those eventually. That's just kind of placeholder. There's a lot of assets for my Twitch that need to be made, like the panels and whatever. Oh no, wait, should I give myself this little beret? I think it's really cute. This is hard. Ooh, maybe I'll do a version with and without it, and I'll see how I like each. Where was I going? Oh yeah, if you've seen like the shadow preview of my model, so it's just the outline, you will see there are some big wings on that thing. I love how I got them to move around, because I was gonna tie them to a breathing parameter, but I feel like they would move too quickly. I know that insects, you know, us bees, our wings move around pretty quickly, but I I did not want to accidentally, like, I don't know, I just think that having something move aggressively quickly on a model is like a little bit hard on the eyes. So I'm trying to like make it so it moves a little bit more fluidly. I can afford to not be scientifically accurate with it. But yeah, I'm really excited for debut. I don't have an exact date for it yet still. I was planning on making more progress over the break, but honestly I kind of just needed a break from working on things. I feel a little bit more revitalized about it. Yeah, I saw, I was really excited, not necessarily just to apply, but I was excited this existed. What is it, Livestyle? I thought it was Livestyle, but I recently watched the FAQ video and I realized it was Livestyle. But I saw that existed, and I saw there were a lot of, if you're not aware, it is a VTuber group for transgender and non-binary VTubers, which, you know, I am a non-binary VTuber, so you know, I was excited to apply. But I'm also just excited that it exists, because if I look at people retweeting it and people saying that they're applying, it means that I now know who I can follow who are also transgender, non-binary, like, VTubers. I'm just excited for, like, the group's release. But it was because I saw that I was like, oh, I should like work on my VTubing stuff again. Not that it's like left my mind or I ever thought of like quitting it. It's just that it's kind of not been my top priority. You know, this is still like a fun hobby, but I want to put like more focus on it. I've kind of been, sorry, I've kind of been like working a lot more on OC stuff at the moment. I need to make this bigger. I'm gonna make this a little taller too. But yeah, I've been working on OC stuff, so I kind of wanted to. I kind of like wasn't as concerned about this at the moment. I was still making progress. It just wasn't like I will go all in right now. Oh wait, it's over here. But yeah, I'm gonna have the wings probably go out similar to Venti's cape. Or maybe I should just have wings instead of a cape. Or, wait, sorry, cape instead of wings. I'll have them like wing shaped. Oh my gosh, I've like slowly remembering how to like draw Venti from memory, but I haven't drawn him enough. Oh my god, we both even have like the little bow! Y'all, I'm definitely basing this off of my own like color palette, but I need to like get a reference sheet out, cause I kind of just made my model, and that was like one of the first pieces of art that I made. Because I had sketched up a design that I liked, and I was like, I'm gonna make a model. Actually no, because it's I started this design started as like an OC, and then we never really did anything for it because it was supposed to be between me and my friends, and I never did anything for it, so it just became, you know, my little persona. I've adapted that appearance. So I've had this design for a while, but I hadn't really done a lot of art for it. Oh, I have to move Venti. Yeah. Oh, that's not move. That's draw. Do I want my eyes open or closed? I might do it closed because I feel like it'd be cute to have. It's like, oh, I'm just gently singing. I love. Oh, God, if y'all saw the I forgot what video it was for, but the part of the 1.3 stream where they were previewing some of the music for the album. I am like, oh my god, I'm like so in love with that illustration that they did of Venti. I'm like pretty sure that there are other ways to achieve the same effects, but I'm like pretty sure they've been using Live 2D to do that illustration. And I say that because I bring it up because Venti's eyes are closed in it, but so I don't feel that bad about closing my own eyes. But oh my gosh, just it was so pretty. I wanted to make like a scene like that. I want to make a scene like that just for fun. I've done similar things. I did one for like, ooh, what did I do? I did one for like a friend's birthday once, but it wasn't like as painted. And then there's one I did for an art trade that was very painted, but it was only like to the bust, and it wasn't that like complex. It kind of just had stuff in the foreground. I have like a playlist on my main. I feel weird calling it main because I'm gonna switch most of my focus over here, and then I'm just gonna upload the occasional thing on my main channel. I should call it my personal channel. That would probably be more appropriate because I don't want to make this sound like this is just my side thing. Like, no, it's a more recent thing that I started. But on my personal channel, I have all of my like live 2D stuff that I've worked on thus far. That are actually like rigged. I have some things that are like still in the works, so they're still not up. But yeah, if you're curious about that, my main YouTube is I'll just give you like my main account. If you go to Irony Pistol, I have like a card linked, or at Sandless Desert. Yeah, I'm still posting on these places anyway, but this is gonna become more of like my my focus as time goes on. I feel like this is a little weird because I feel like compared to most VTubers, I have a little bit more of a. I feel like a lot of people have a distinction between, or some people have like a distinction between person, like streamer who uses like a model and things like that, like a VTube model, and then a VTuber. I feel like it's kind of a similar distinction to how people say like I upload on YouTube versus like I am a YouTuber. Like you may do basically the same exact thing, but it's like the intention and like the community that you're trying to like build, I guess. The community that you're attracting or want to attract. But yeah, where was I forgot where I was going with that. I feel like, oh, I was talking about how my, I feel like compared to a lot of people who are like self-identified, like VTubers, I have a little bit more crossover with like my non-VTube personality. Like I'm very, very public with it, but that might also just be because I am, up until like a few months ago, the main demographic of people that I was like watching in terms of VTubers were like corporate VTubers, which, you know, they're kind of like obligated to keep their personal identities like private. with like, I guess the exception of like Kizuna Ai, who got like found out. It's not like she made herself public until people figured it out, and she kind of had to make a statement on it. Like, I don't know any like corporate VTubers that like have their identities a little bit more connected, but I mean, it's not like I've gotten any like weird pushback for having being really public about like my personal accounts. But I'm trying to like have them have like a healthy separation. So I feel kind of weird about talking like a bunch about it now, but it's not like I'm gonna deny that I had an online presence before I started this. You know, I have friends and things and a following on other accounts, but I wanna make friends in this community as well. Okay. You know what? I'm kind of not digging the antenna. Like, canonically though, these antennae are just an illusion. Plus the wings are also just an illusion. They're not actually parts of my body. I have like I guess a little preview of my model, or info preview about my model, is that I can turn off all the... Oh, I guess I said this earlier, because I feel bad about having my model be so big, and sometimes, depending on how large my model is, it will get in the way of the chat. I have the ability to turn off all B parts of my model. Maybe I'll just have like the B stuff. It can be going through the hat, it doesn't matter. I just realized that Venti's lyre is like really tall. I've drawn it once, and that was awful. I might just steal it again, because I don't want to draw it again. Hello! Hello, welcome. You're my first viewer on this channel. Yeah, I'm just working on some little fan art, I guess, art of myself. But yeah, this is my first Twitch stream on this account, because after working on Twitch on my... Oh yes, yeah, self-art. Sorry, I'm not like super I don't really know what to call it. But yeah, after working on Twitch on my main or personal accounts, I realized that, like, man, streaming on YouTube kind of sucks. Like, no shade on people who stream on YouTube. I like watching YouTube as a viewer, but in terms of like the back end, streaming on YouTube sucks real hard. But yeah, how are y'all doing tonight? I feel bad for streaming so late. I swear to God, my streams always start at like 9 p.m. to like 10 p.m. Which is, someone on the West Coast is not good, because most of America, which I'm assuming would be my main audience, is asleep already. Oh my gosh, I need to like turn up the opacity for this. Venti, show me your shorts. I've like never drawn the bottom half of Venti before, so this is gonna be a fun little experiment, I guess. Aw. Yeah, whenever I'm bored, I usually find myself just scrolling through the art section as well, but I'm glad that I have been discovered somehow. I wasn't expecting an account that I literally made today to be on any searches whatsoever. I thought that like maybe Twitch has some sort of like anti-bot thing, so if you just start streaming, then it wouldn't show you. I don't know. Yeah. I often find myself on Twitch a lot. I find its discover pages like way way better than YouTube. Because YouTube, I said this earlier in the stream, but like it is painful to try to get any sort of audience on there because you have to compete with not only like live streamers but the actual like video content on YouTube, which is its main focus, as opposed to Twitch where it's pretty consistently showing me like new people all the time. Yeah, I really like scrolling through new view or low view channels as well. I like hopping in on like people who only have like less than 10 people, because then I just kind of like, hey, let's liven this chat up, because it's usually just like them and their friends, which sometimes I feel a little awkward dropping in on, but you know, obviously when people have been like streaming for a while and they have like no one to talk to, the stream kind of, I don't want to say gets stale, but you get a lot of like revitalized energy. Yeah, exactly, to have the conversations with people. But yeah, when someone new enters chat, then it's a lot. I don't know. I feel like it's a lot easier to keep the energy up. As someone who does not have a lot of like viewers on any of my streaming platforms, I have to train myself to keep the energy up when I'm streaming, like with no one on. But I know a lot of my friends, like I stream at times that are are weird for them, because I'm terrible at having a normal stream schedule. So I end up just uploading the VODs, and I feel bad just like linking them to a VOD where I'm just completely silent. So yeah, it's nice just having someone to converse with while you're streaming. Okay, I feel like I might switch over to Clip Studio. Oh yeah, I feel that. Yeah, especially because I've had school starting again. I mean, not that my school's been super busy, but I haven't been streaming a lot. But now that I've figured my schedule out, which thankfully, God bless, like being a senior is pretty light. I have, I was looking at my like credit load compared to like my junior year, and it is significantly less. They call junior year in my program hell year, and so I am very thankful I am done with it. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to stream more often, since I have my like a better schedule for it. I've been just like mostly prepping for streaming stuff over like my break, but otherwise I've haven't really streamed as much, unless it's just like for friends over like Discord or like a private stream. Ooh, fair. I mean, hey, to each their own. I have a lot of friends who didn't go to college immediately after graduating high school, and they're either like just working, or because I've had some friends who are just like, I don't know what I want to do yet, but they did eventually go back, or there's some people who just went to a like they did their like associates or whatever. I guess that's also college. But you know, they got like a 2-year degree and then immediately got hired, so it wasn't like a whole bunch, and they did that on the side of other things. Yeah, I definitely get that. I was so, when like COVID was like first hitting, I was really worried about like going back to school because I was just so stressed out by everything. but ultimately, like, here I am, like, I just had, like, I had a year left when COVID hit, or I guess it was in the middle of a semester, so I had a year and a half left. Oh god, COVID hit, as I said before, junior year, which is known as hell year at my, like, in my program. So I was, like, really anxious about, like, going back, but senior year has been, thankfully, a lot more chill. Yeah. Honestly, if, like, I mean, I can't really give education advice. I had a pretty, like, non-traditional route through education, but, I'd say, like, you know, it's good to go back to college, but if you're, like, unsure about it, or you don't really know what your goal is at the moment, then I'd say don't. Like, I don't want to say don't bother with it, it's not worth it, but, you know, I do know people who went to college for a little bit, and they're like, yeah, this just isn't for me. Yeah, to be fair, I feel like it's less, like, I feel like, that's exactly my reaction during New Year's was, things still suck, and things are, like, years are just a thing humans made up, but it just feels in our souls like things reset. And then, you know, we had our first week of the year start with some great news, but I feel like hopefully seeing the new year, we can stop having jokes like 2020 sucked and start being like, let's make 2021 better, because we refuse to have another 2020. So yeah, things still suck, but we can, hopefully, mentally, we can make it better. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna... No, I'm still missing some things. Oh my gosh. Venti, you have too many things on you. Oh my gosh. I've, like, not drawn the Genshin characters enough. I'm glad I'm drawing Venti and not, like, literally any of the other ones, because it is too... there are too many details on all of them. Oh my god. I should probably pull up my own reference sheet of what I look like. Because I'm doing this all based on memory. Oh wait, I just said I didn't have a reference sheet. Oh, the only reference art I really have is my model, which I currently do not have public at the moment, so haha. I guess I could pull up my reactive sprite art. But let me save that as a PSD. And then I might have to switch scenes after I switch programs, because for some reason my Clip Studio only wants to work on my laptop monitor and not on my it doesn't want to work on my secondary. Okay, where's export tree? And then, yeah, I find doing line art is, like, way easier on Clip Studio Paint as opposed to doing it on GIMP. Everyone makes fun of me for using GIMP. Oh gosh. Which honestly, yeah, it sucks real bad. But I am not used to the shortcuts enough in Clip Studio, so I'm forcing myself to learn it. Where is it? Paint. Actually, let me see if I can get it to work on my second monitor. Let me pull up my tablet. It's like, it's something weird is going on with my tablet, so it always tries getting it to go onto the other screen. Or, like, it'll be, like, offset for some reason. Ooh, yeah! What kind of things do you typically like drawing? I've mad respect for traditional artists because, oh my gosh, I can't. I mean, I can sketch and I used to be able to do watercolors, but I haven't done it in so long. Sci-fi stuff, interesting. Yeah. I mostly am. I love sci-fi, but I'm mostly like a fantasy. Ooh, comic! Would you feel free if you would like to drop a link? Because I'm always down to read people's comics. I'll check it out after the stream. Open. Where is... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, it's not. Oh, yeah, okay, okay. Fair, fair. Okay, where is... Yeah, comics are hard, honestly, especially because you're doing it traditionally. I've only known like one person who's done, I've only known one person who's done a traditional comic, and I cannot fathom how they did that. Because you have to like, it takes a lot of planning. If I'm doing a comic, it's usually I realize that the like pacing feels weird, and I'll have to like rearrange all of the panels and everything like that, or I want to change the dialogue because I realize it reads strangely. So, and I'm not great at planning ahead. So, 2016. Oh my god, that is so long. I think there's only been like one project that that's been able to like hold my attention for that long, but oh my god, the more that I hear about like your art stuff, the more respect I have for you. Okay. Oh, that is okay, 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 okay. This is strange. What is happening? Yeah, this is a strange thing I'm getting. It only... That's why. Okay. You can't see my tablet, but I'm only using half of my tablet. Cause I don't know what's up with this, but it won't... It's only having half of my tablet work with a canvas, and it's not even that I've set it to be this way, it's just refusing to... I probably shouldn't like try figuring this out on stream. I should just do this another time. And screen area, tablet area, portion, full. There we go. Actually, I might have. Is this it? Did I figure out why it's being weird? No. Okay. Weird. It only allows me to draw with half my tablet area. Because you can see it when I hit control, you can see the cursor moving. I'm just going to move this onto my first monitor. I have to fix my Streamlabs for a second, but I will just be a second. Isn't there like a studio mode or something? Oh my god, I'm so not equipped to understand Streamlabs. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry about this, I just, trying to figure everything out. I need to add a news source. I wish all my settings came over from OBS cleanly, but alas, it refused to. Okay, just move everything around. Oh, thank you for the follow, plastic ass cheek. Sorry, I like know that you've been in chat for a while, but it just hit me. Your name just hit me. Oops. Okay. Haha, you didn't see my OBS stuff. I just realized moving it to my second monitor would make it displayed. I probably should have switched to the my secondary screen for instead of studio mode. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, I have to. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm like, this is a mess. This is why I usually don't like switching programs in the middle of streams, because they do not. Trying to like figure out and like mess with things with my monitors is kind of a mess. Okay. Monitor 1. Okay. There we go. Okay, this should work now. Yeehaw, this isn't being weird now. But yeah, thank you so much for following. You have the honor of being my first follower on this account, because all my friends are asleep when I messaged them what it was. Yeah, okay. Time for line art, which is something I said for many, many years that I was not good at, but I've recently learned this year how to do it. I should actually start with the face, because I'm probably gonna need to fix that the most, because this is not how I... This is such like a messy little face. Oh, I should probably switch to sketching pencil. I have the same exact brush in 2 different programs because for the longest time I refused to learn how to use any other brush. That's my main reason that I didn't use Clip Studio Paint for basically a year. I've had my like pro license for a year, and I have not started using it until recently, and that was only because I started learning how to make like live 2D models, and after making like 3, I learned that trying to draw completely symmetrically was painful, and that Clip Studio has a symmetry ruler, so I slowly started learning how to sketch in Clip Studio, but man, that's another thing that gets me about drawing traditionally now, because essentially my sketchbooks used to be like so filled with color and have so many finished drawings in it. But now I mostly just put like character sketches, or me trying to do thumbnail for digital art, because sketching for me, I don't know why, figuring out poses, I know how I started out this stream, like doing like my initial sketches without any idea of like what I was gonna draw, but trying to just draw blind is kind of a nightmare for me. So I usually like doing my like gesture drawings and thumbnailing in on paper first, and then I'll switch over. But you know, man, I miss drawing traditionally. I should really practice it more. I have so many watercolors because my mom 2 years in a row got me a watercolor set after I bought myself a watercolor set, and watercolors don't like, at least given how much that I painted, they don't run out super quickly, because she got me the tubes, not the pans. The pans have been like, are slowly, like, I've been getting through the supply, but tubes they last a long time. But yeah, I have a lot of watercolors. I should really use them, in case they like somehow go bad or something. I was gonna say dry out, but then I realized like part of the point of these watercolor tubes is that they are supposed to dry out, and then you put water on them. But you know, dry out in the tubes would be more difficult to get out. Should figure out. This is why I usually do like 4 different sketches. I don't usually go straight into trying to line things, so this is, I guess, my secondary sketch. But depending on how well this goes, it might be my last sketch before line art. That's too wide of a mouth. That's... I'm like looking over to look at my like little sprite. Like, am I missing anything? I kind of want to make the eyes. I determined that I was gonna have the eyes closed for this, but I kind of want to make them slightly open because I have yet to draw like a close-up of my eyes, aside from my model, and I think that I feel like eyes are something that like every kid who likes anime drew like a bunch of, and honestly, I get it. There's a lot of detail to be had in there, and I've yet to draw a lot of detail of myself yet, aside from my model, which I can't really show anybody. Okay. I feel like this looks a little strange. Maybe, you know what I should do? I should rotate this. I am always forgetting that Clip Studio has a rotate feature. I just forget there's so many like really basic quality of life things that basically every program has that GIMP doesn't. Because I use GIMP 2.8, and it wasn't until 2.10 that they started adding like things that people would want that are like basic in other programs, like I think canvas rotation, canvas flipping. So if you want to like, anytime I flip my drawings, I literally have to flip everything. I can't just flip the canvas. What else did they add? I think they added like a mesh deformation in 2.10, but I'm already planning on transitioning away from GIMP as a drawing program, so I have just not bothered learning it, or like I've not bothered upgrading. How do you do selection stuff? Selection pen. That's shrink. Okay. I'm still learning this, so don't make fun of me. Yeah, so about your comic, when you are done with it, are you planning on releasing it online somewhere, or are you mostly just gonna have it be sold, or I don't even know if you're planning on selling it, or if it's just a passion project, but are you gonna have it like little trade fairs or art shows? Maybe, okay. Oh wait, eyes closed, eyes closed. Okay, actually I should maybe plot out where the eyes are gonna be open. I always feel really silly when I do this because it just looks, it looks very silly, but it helps me figure out, you know, eyes are 3-dimensional objects through orbs. It helps me figure out where the socket is. Okay. Yeah, man, I remember a really long time ago I wanted to make a web comic or something, but it did not occur to me how difficult it would be until I had started. I had several attempts at trying to make comics, and at this point I've determined comic making is not necessarily my forte, and I'm fine with that. I feel like there's a lot of comic artists that I look up to, but it's fine not to do everything with your art. I say as someone who is now also trying to learn how to animate. I'm not taking it super seriously, it's just more like a fun thing to do on the side. I don't really expect to be really good at it, and I am fine with that. But yeah, I've just allowed myself to just make fun concepts or not even necessarily fun concepts. I don't know if I'm really original, but concepts I enjoy drawing, and then like maybe put them together in a universe. But it doesn't have to be a story for like other people. It can just be a story for me. So the fact that I see like other people are actually able to, these eyes are really small. Oh my god, I don't know what's up with my ability to draw faces today. Oh my god, okay. I'm gonna do like a third pass over this. Like I said, I usually do 4 sketches before I actually before we settle on like a thing that I'm okay with lining. Yeah, if it were me digital painting, which is what I normally do, and actually might be what I do with this, I'm not actually sure. It depends. I can go from line art to digital painting, but I cannot go from sketch for digital painting to line art, because my digital painting sketches are very loose because they end up getting changed significantly over the course of the painting anyway. Yeah. Speaking of painting in general, I really wish that I could get back into oil painting, because that was a course I took in when I was going to community college, and it was my basically obligated art credit. I was doing like a science degree, but I actually needed it for my high school diploma. So I had, despite having a super packed schedule trying to get like all my science stuff, I just like randomly tossed in the middle of like calculus 4 or whatever, and like physics, or like engineering physics or whatever. I had to take a like an oil painting class, or I had to take an art class, and I was thinking maybe I'll just take an online art class, but you know, as someone who likes to draw, I thought might as well take an actual art class. Not to say that that online art is bad, but it was an art history class, so you wouldn't actually be doing art there, you'd just be studying it, which is a valid class in and of itself. It's just I'm not great with art history, nor am I very well versed in it, so. No, don't say that I draw better than you. I always feel really weird when people like compare themselves to my own art, because we all have our different strengths. So I would say be nice to yourself, and don't try to compare yourself to other people. Why do I look really sleazy in this? I feel like I just automatically went into like greasy Bishonen mode. I have like a lot of characters that I like are like subtly feral or something. It was supposed to be more like sleepy, but the fact that I gave myself this smirk looks a little sus. I look like I might be about to just like, I don't know, if you drew like a blood splatter across my face, it would look completely normal. Okay, let me rotate this back to normal and see how this looks zoomed out. Yeah, I feel like this is like a little bit too I wanted to have like a big smile, but maybe a more subtle smile, because I'm going for a more sleepy expression, would work better. Honestly, if you've seen me draw like myself on other like occasions, like my other sonas of myself, it's like they're all like kind of feral, just because that's like the type of character that speaks to me, honestly. Even though if you meet me in real life, I'm probably like one of the least feral people. The way that I portray myself online, versus the way I am IRL. IRL is just like I'm me asking my friends, like, I didn't ask for any pickles. like that meme. But online I am way more rapid, and I feel like a lot of people are like that too. Just because on online spaces people feel more like they're yelling into the void, while in IRL spaces they feel like oh god, I'm being perceived. I feel like the irises should be bigger. Oops, don't color pick. This feels wrong? Something feels wrong. I don't know what it is, but something feels wrong. I mean, I'm gonna be drawing this probably over the course of multiple days because I am slow as heck, but we'll see. Hopefully, I think it's the eye. Hopefully I'll figure this out. This is the wrong layer. I need to fix the eyebrow too. Okay. No. Okay. Maybe it's the iris placement? Ah! This is what I get for not finishing my sketch before the stream. People get to see me suffer in real time. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Rotate. I look so... This looks less gentle. Maybe I should fix the other eyebrow to be more gentle. And then rotate this upwards so it's... Oop, I don't want that and that. I feel like it's partially because the bridge of the nose is also getting into it. I'll fix that. I'll fix that in, when I do the line art, I think. So they're still uneven. You think it's the mouth? Okay. Yeah, because isn't the mouth supposed to go... I have to, like... yeah, it's, like, too... out there. I think it's also not centered. Is it too low? That's definitely... Oh my god, this is like the one time that I don't want to say I didn't learn anything from that art class, but one of the things that... one of the major things that I learned, because I felt like mostly I was just practicing skills that I already knew, but one of the major things I learned was that my professor pointed out that I draw mouths like super low on the face. Like, oops, haha, don't. I'm sorry. Okay, let me move this over a tiny bit, and then we'll do some flipping. I'm gonna fix the chin too. Now I'm like just too staring too much at this. Hopefully I'll get something that isn't the face done. Okay, looks good. Thank you. Yeah, it really helps having like a second set of eyes on a drawing, because I usually don't notice things as I'm drawing them. It's not until like I finish and then someone will point out like something looks a little strange here. I'm like, God dang it, I'm already done with it. Which is also why I'm trying to train myself to finish drawings over the course of multiple days, because as long as if I refresh my brain, usually I'll catch something I wouldn't have caught while I was drawing. Or if I notice something's wrong, I can figure out what it is based on a second pass over. Okay. I have to do the beret. Let me look at what the beret. Okay, it's got like a gold trim. And then it should like flop over, because that's what berets do. Oops, wrong. Okay. Nope, not that sketch. Because there's gravity to this hat. It looks kind of large though. It looks a little strange still. We'll see. It looks possibly too bean shaped. Let's do this again. Okay, so the hat would go along this line over here. Maybe I should just keep it to a sketch, because I am planning on digital painting this. Because I feel bad for not really having a lot of art of myself. I have like 3 drawings, and it's 2 of them are, or I guess 4 drawings. Like 2 of them are my reactive sprite, and like another one is like my little intro that I have pinned to my Twitter. But aside from that, I don't have a lot of art of myself compared to, I feel like a lot of other VTubers have, are constantly getting commissions of themselves. I'm like, man, I wish that could be me, but you know, college is expensive, especially because I'm going to a private university, which I'm not like super rich or anything. They just gave me a big scholarship, but they have a lot of fees, so it was marginally cheaper than going to a public school, and that was it was simply because the private school I go to is like a 30-minute drive from my house. So, as opposed to going to the public school where I'd be paying like honestly almost as much as tuition to just live in a city I didn't want to live in. Because I'm like kind of around, I'm not obviously not gonna say exactly where I am, but like I'm near like a big city-ish, kind of close to a big city, and that's where like a lot of my friends live and go to school, and that's kind of where everyone expects you, if you live in my town, that's where everyone expects you to go to university. Especially because like their program for what I am studying is supposedly really good. And they have a lot of extracurricular stuff or whatever. But it is huge. It is like 38,000 people or something, like 40,000 people just in the undergrad. So that doesn't even count graduate school. And I could not live like that. Especially now that COVID's going on, they don't even have I don't even think they have the option to like come to campus. So if you need to go to do labs or something, like I don't even know how they would solve that. Which is why I'm glad I go to a private school that has less of a population than my high school did. Ooh, like an hour away from me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I live kind of in like the Seattle-ish area, so lots of stuff going on. It was very concerning because I remember, I think Seattle was like the first place that in my state where, um, if I recall, it's the first place in my state where like COVID, came into, like, we were alerted of it. And that makes sense because it's A, where the airport is, or technically the airport is like a few, like I think 30 minutes south, but it's still where it's a huge population center, and people are constantly coming in and out of it, so oh, it's really, it's it was kind of scary. And I've never been like more grateful that I did not go to the schools in that area. There are a lot of colleges up there, a lot of good colleges, so ones that I applied to, but I didn't bother to go because living in Seattle is expensive. Living in any big city, the taxes are more and the rent is more, you know, a whole bunch of other things. But I thankfully, I got to stay home. I mean, that has its own drawbacks, but it is, at least in terms of like COVID times, it is nice to not have to go out. Also, because we don't have like a lot of people in my family, or a lot of people living at home. I don't have to like worry about like, oh, what if someone's gonna catch it while they're at work, because my dad's retired and my mom is can work from home, so our little family stays very insular. As opposed, and like my siblings, which have to go out to work, they have to like, I feel bad being like, oh, thank God I don't have to live in the same house as them, but it's sad not being able to like really see them, but it's also nice because they are the only people in our family that have to like go outside. So it's kind of nice that they live in separate housing from us. As opposed to like, okay, well they just returned from work, like time to not touch anything that they just touched until they go take a shower. And if they get sick, then they can like self-quarantine because they have, at least my sister has like a singular roommate, and my brother it just has himself, but he's used to taking care of himself anyway. But yeah, I hope neither of them get sick. I'm a little concerned because my friends work at the hospital, and they're like, yeah, we're running out of places to put COVID patients. I'm like, ugh. Don't want to end up there. Yeah. Well, I don't know what your relationship is like with your parents, but to me, just being with your parents sounds pretty good. Hopefully it's not too stressful having everyone cooped up together, because I definitely know it can get stressful here, but ultimately it's worked out pretty fine. Okay. What does Venti also? Oh, there's more to this flower. It's also smaller, but oh well. I'm glad it's at least okay then. Yeah, I know. I had a friend who, I think near the very start of the pandemic, moved out. I don't know if it's because of the pandemic or what. It was before like all the rates, like the infection rates in the state at least went skyrocketing, but I know she was already planning on moving out for a while, but I think maybe the concept of her having to like live with her parents for any longer maybe motivated her to find a new place and move in with her boyfriend. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No one really in my family drinks, so I don't have to worry about that too much, but yeah. Hopefully y'all are coping. Interesting. I have kind of the opposite thing where my parents are really chill with me like drinking alcohol or the concept of it because I'm not technically of legal age yet, but at least in my state it is legal consumption at home. Um, as long as you also have your parents' permission. So you can technically, there's no age. You can technically drink at any age as long as you have your parents' permission and are supervised by them at your own house. So like my parents will, sometimes I'll be like, oh, what drink is that? And they'll hand me, like, they don't tell me what it is. So they'll hand me a glass of wine and I'm just like, oh no, I didn't want this. Why did you give this to me? But they're chill with it, but I I don't really like the taste of alcohol. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, like, I guess maybe to like some extent I get it for some people, if they like had bad experiences with like family members and alcohol, but I feel like if you're an adult of drinking age, you should be able to drink. Like, I like some extent I get like my house, my rules, but you are an adult, so I find that very okay. I can understand to like an extent then, but I feel like also if if you are aware of that, then you're more likely to not do like take those same like actions or like make similar mistakes as like people close to you. Um, yeah. Because I have some friends who like they've had like parents with alcoholism problems, but they can still drink because they are so much more aware of how to do it like responsibly, specifically because they have you know, they have those people in their lives that they need to watch out for. Why is it not letting me? Am I on the wrong layer? What is happening? Yeah. I don't know how to say, how else to be like, oh, am I selecting the whole layer? That's why. Um, yeah, I don't know how to be like, oh, you just need to like convince her that you'll be responsible, especially if someone's already pretty set on like people not drinking in their house, but, hopefully one day, um, she'll get it. Mm. I can't really comment on like your taste because as I said before, I am not a drinker of alcohol and I don't really like the taste of it. Um, but I hear from a lot of people that it's more acquired. So, uh, oh shoot, did I just draw myself incorrectly because I didn't have a reference sheet up? Perhaps. Um, I'll just don't look at me. I'll just move everything to the back. Um, Okay, all of the braids are from come from the back part of the head, and I just did not remember that. I remembered it in when I was doing like the sketching, but I did not remember it when I was doing the actual line art-ish stuff. I have to make these smaller anyway. And I'll just move these. Oh well, I would probably have to do a lot of redrawing of this anyway. It's okay. Any mistakes that you see are gonna end up being painted over anyway. Okay. And then this is why I should have pulled up references of myself, or I need to make a reference sheet so I don't forget stuff like this. As long as all of the lines are closed, that's all I care about. As long as I can put down the flats easily. I also had earrings. Thank you. Yeah. I'm really bad with drawing things consistently, so I'm like actually trying, I've actually recently been trying to draw things more consistently. But alas, I'm already failing. You know how artists have like same face syndrome? I have like same person, completely different face syndrome. I've only recently within the last year been trying a bit more to write myself notes and make design sheets and things like that, so the same person doesn't look like 5 different people. Especially, oh my god, I think that it's funny that now that I'm not trying to make a comic out of my OCs, that I actually figure out how to draw them consistently. But back when I wanted to make a comic, I couldn't. But I feel like that's also just because I wasn't super developed as an artist yet. So over time, I like figured it out. Where am I gonna... Oh, okay. I'll do the... That neck is strange. Okay. What is he wearing on his neck, actually? It's like a little cravat, but it's not actually wrapped around. Like, typically with a cravat, you'd see it, oh my god. I need to zoom out a little. Typically with a cravat, you'd see the place that it's tucked into is like underneath the... It would typically come out around here, and then it'd be tucked into a thing that you'd see around the whole neck. Because it's just like a normal tie, usually, and then you just don't tuck it in on the last section. But here it's just coming out of like his collar, which implies that it's just shoved into his shirt. Oh, okay, in terms of my main Twitch account, at the moment, this one is still kind of getting set up, but it's eventually going to turn into, more significant of a project. This stream right now is literally just my test stream, but my main Twitch account just kind of covers all the stuff that I feel is like not really relevant to this channel. And if you're curious, it's Sandalous Desert. My handwriting is so bad, I'm sorry. And I'll just like stream on there if it's like me and my friends playing games, but this account is specifically for like VTubing related content. And it's still kind of getting started. Like I haven't debuted or anything like that, so it's kind of limited right now, but I hope to make this more of my main streaming place, and just transition that secondary into just like, this is how I subscribe to people. Because that's where all my subscriptions currently are anyway. And just where I like talk to friends and things. But yeah, eventually this is gonna become my main streaming place, but it's probably not gonna be it's probably not gonna be soon. Okay. There are also like leaves, but I feel like that's almost going to be too much when I add the antenna. Yes, you will still and always hold the title of first follow. Okay, what am I doing? I feel like these are not the same size. Let me fix that. Maybe I should switch pens now that I'm doing that's not the pen I want. Is it turnip pen? I think it's turnip pen. Yeah, here we go. I shall make this much smaller. Not that small. Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to like the sizing and everything. Because everything is so much smaller on CSP. I feel like all I talk about is like how much I don't know CSP, but it's the truth, and one day I will get used to using it, but today is not that day. I feel like it's gonna be like 4 years from now, I'm still gonna be learning new features. I feel like a lot of people do that though. At least with Clip Studio Paint, I feel like I've seen a lot of people be like, wait, Clip Studio does this? Because it does so much. Yeah. I always forget that it's really optimized for comic making, because it used to be, the program used to be Manga Studio, I think. Or it might still hold that title in Japan, but I'm not sure. But sometimes when I'm doing like a quick little comic, I will like manually draw out all the panels before remembering that, I'll just make like a new layer quickly. Before remembering that like, oh wait, I can do stuff like this and then have it just make the panels for me, and then I makes new layers so I can just only draw on one part of it. Like, wait. Or like, hey, do you want a text bubble? Or like, I forgot how you or like, how do you, I mean, I haven't used this a lot, but it's so much, it's so optimized for comic making. Especially because the way that I do speech bubbles can be really chaotic sometimes if there's a lot of stuff going on screen. Because what I do is I write text and then I don't even fully like encompass it. I write the bottom half of the panel and then I draw like a tail, and then I'll just cover the background in white, so you can actually read it. But whew, it's not good. Yeah, I wish I could find some of my old comic making stuff that was using the same sort of methods, because I feel like I mean, I feel like I've cleaned up my comic making a bit since starting CSP, but not by a lot. My early comic making, 2016, oh god, that was a nightmare. But that was also just because I haven't really learned to do digital art that well yet, and so I didn't really know how to organize my layers or anything. Also, I tried painting every single page and panel. Like, I know some webcomics tried doing that, but it's so much effort to do, to try like making every single page that you do fully rendered, fully colored. It's a really difficult, and it's a big burden to put on yourself. It looks great, but it's I mean, maybe not when I did it, because I was 15, but if you're trying to make serial sort of art media, but it's you can't do that. Unless you're some sort of like god, but honestly, even then, I would recommend for your own health, maybe don't update once a week. Okay, how was I doing this? Let me look at Venti. Oh, okay, so it's going into the collar. I really need to draw Venti more so I know how to do this. I've done this at a very strange angle. Probably want to make this go down more. Yeah, I mean, I've drawn Venti before. It's just been a very long, or not a super long time. It's been like a month or something. I really need to finish that. I just realized. I started it and then I never finished it. I had basically done all of the line art except for his hands because I didn't want to figure out how to draw. I don't want to have to figure out how to draw the his hands interacting with the lyre after it took me like an hour to just draw the lyre. Dang, I really could have used the symmetry tool in that occasion and then just like warp perspective, but no, I decided to freehand all of that. Okay, and then it's I feel like I use the most basic ass brush. Like everyone else has like really cool brushes or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing with line art. I like textured line art, but I cannot figure out how to do this with this program. One day. I shouldn't pressure myself to feel like I need to do a certain thing. I'll just do whatever works for me. And then hopefully one day I can figure it out. And then... Oh, yeah, I mostly play, like, turn-based, games or, like, RPGs and things, although I've currently kind of been sucked into Genshin Hell, which is what I'm drawing now. But, you know, I play, Fire Emblem, Persona, but also, like, I feel like everyone really got into Hades, so, I don't... Oh my god. I know that that was just an observation, but I almost feel like it was an insult. Oh, you're an RPG fan. At least that's what I'd lovingly say to my friends, like, oh, of course you're an RPG fan. I feel like I should do this, like, detailing probably should be like less light or less heavy and more light. Yeah, I really like RPGs. I need to play more though. I feel like growing up my RPG experience was mostly just Pokemon and Persona, and I don't want to just be known for like two of the most like popular RPG franchises. But it's honestly been a while since I've played any other franchises. I mean, I tried playing Final Fantasy, but the problem is I don't have any of the games. I bought Final Fantasy VII Remake for my brother, but I would steal it from him, but it was a Christmas gift, so I would feel a little bad about it. Also, I don't have a PlayStation. Ooh, okay. Are those, Stream Warzone Battlefield 5. Are those, first-person shooters? I feel like any war game sounds like a first-person shooter to me, so I'm sorry if they're not. Okay. Yeah, I wish I could play FPS. When I was younger, I could play, like, first-person shooter games, so, probably younger than I was supposed to. I was playing, like, Half-Life and Portal and things like that. But the only problem is, as I got older, I developed a pretty, like, terrible case of, like, motion sickness. With first-person games, and I will still get it even if I play third-person games and the screen is too big. So I have to, like, minimize all my windows or sit really far away from my computer if I play games like that. Which makes me so sad. I'm missing out on so many different games. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I've been playing recently that isn't Genshin, because I feel like, once again, everyone is playing Genshin right now. Let's see. I recently started playing Transistor. I say that as if I didn't start playing Transistor like last year and then just haven't advanced far enough into it. But my goal for this year is to make my way through the whole of the Supergiant catalog. Because I have a friend who has like been a big fan of Supergiant for the longest time, and I just didn't think that they made games that I particularly liked, or like the genres of games that I particularly like, especially like when Hades was a thing. I mean, it's still a thing. I shouldn't say it was a thing. I honestly thought that I would never play that game, because I am not good with roguelikes. But the fact that this company made me enjoy a genre that I've literally never played before and constantly thought I would get stressed out about, makes me want to try out their other games. And I've tried some of them, but I'm still trying to make my way through their catalog. So I'm going to be working kind of backwards. So Hades, and then I skipped over what's it called? What was their previous game? Pyre? Yeah, I skipped over Pyre. I tried it out like a little bit, but not a lot. And then Transistor's on my current one, but I'm going to go going back to Pyre, and then it'll be Bastion last. I heard it's like the roughest of the games, which makes sense. It's literally it's literally the first game that they made as a studio, I think. One day. What am I doing? I honestly don't know what I'm doing with this. Oh my gosh. Why is this so difficult? This is such a weird angle that you know what? I'm just gonna nuke this. I'll redo this section. Actually, why am I doing this? Most of this is gonna get covered by something else, so maybe I shouldn't bother. Oops. Okay, let's see. I mean, it's a welcome distraction. Otherwise, I would literally just be like talking to myself alone. Okay. I will just work on the ribbon, because I remember what my own ribbon looks like. Wait, no. I say that and then I immediately mess up what my own ribbon looks like. There is no center. Maybe there is a center section. There's like a badge on top of it though. Wait. I don't have it on this model, but oops, don't look at that. Sorry, I forgot which I forgot which screen was showing. I was just trying to figure out why I had so many messages. Okay. Where is my asset folder? Because I have, oh, okay, Elite Dangerous. Oops, don't look at that. Why does everything keep populating on my main screen? I guess it makes, because it's my main screen, but, I'm gonna move this over here. And then, okay. Oh, it's a space simulator game. Ooh. Yeah, I might look into that then. I'll after I like end the stream, I'll probably be checking out your recommendations. Okay. I have like an asset specifically for the little badge on my like on my ribbon, but I'm like scared to start digging through it, my files, because I don't know which screen it's gonna populate on. March. Oh, like of last year? Oh my gosh, that's so long. Okay. Okay, Venti. Show me what hidden secrets do you have in your costume now? I'm gonna fix this because I think it looks bad. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I'm painting over all of this because my line art is so messy. Even in like traditional mediums, I can't with pens. I feel like especially in traditional mediums, because there's no undo button. Even I feel like with painting, it's a little easier to do in traditionally because you can just kind of smudge the paint around a little and then paint over it again. Even I say that even though I did watercolors, and painting over things is a little more difficult. But if I didn't like something in watercolor, I could just put more water onto it and like lift the pigment out. 4 billion star. Okay, is this like a? Is this like a collective thing, like, or a bunch of people online discovering the universe together, or is it just like in any one game the most people have discovered is 15%? Because the concept of like maybe exploring the universe with your friends would be pretty cool. Nice. Okay. 15%. So that feels, even for, man, that's so much. I'm thinking like the galaxy is so large, and obviously that's not the whole size of. It's not. I'm pretty sure it's not 1-to-1 with our own galaxy, but still, pretty. 15% is a lot, but there is still, yes, a lot to explore. Oh my god, that's 4 years. Only 50%. Okay, I need to fix my eyelashes. I won't draw any. I have earrings, but I won't draw like extremely extra earrings because I feel like the braids kind of get in the way. I just realized I didn't draw earrings on this little sprite that I have. What's the moment-to-moment gameplay like? Because, you know, I feel like No Man's Sky had a similar selling point where it's just like this huge like world, but the unfortunate thing about is it was the moment-to-moment gameplay wasn't as engaging, or at least according to the people that I know who played it, and then dropped it. So maybe they made improvements since then, but oh, he's just like one big center. You know what? I'll be extra. I'll be different. I'll make it so it's two different border colors and then inner color. Oh, okay. Kind of reminds me of what is that one simulation tool? It's like it's the one space simulator where it like simulates the galaxy. Except you get to like change things about it. I find it very engaging that are very interesting when like space simulators actually try using, you know, simulating like real world physics, because there's a lot of math that already exists that you just need to program into it. I say that like it's easy, but I find it interesting when they have you know, when they apply the things that I'm learning about in my classes. Not that I'm in not that I major in like astrophysics or aerospace or anything, but you know, things I learned at one point when I was taking more general physics classes. Yeah, let's see how this looks. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a very exploration-focused game. Would be shame not to take advantage of it. I'm gonna replace these with like prettier looking eyes eventually, but those will be painted in. I look cross-eyed. Oh no. Space pirates, space pirates. I love the idea of space pirates so much, but that might also have just been because I, growing up, Treasure Planet was like my favorite movie. Okay, let's... Ooh, combat in the... I would probably stress myself out if I were to be a pirate then. Because I'm assuming people are not just letting you rob them, very calmly. Let's work on that. Like, I don't have too many wrinkles. Yeah, I'm not too. My reaction speed is pretty bad too. Um, it's a miracle that I play rhythm games at all. But trying to manage that, like trying to manage like a task that isn't just like tap the notes or something, in real time seems very difficult. I'm like slowly training myself to do, do real-time combat more. I say that. I feel like I say that, but it's really only for Genshin. Genshin is the only game that's making me like try things that I don't typically like playing. I don't know. I don't play action RPGs that much. But lo and behold, it made me play an action RPG. Or I dropped Breath of the Wild or something. Like, not. I do plan on returning to it. I just, after collecting all the towers, it didn't really hold my attention. And then, or I was too stressed out about like all the things that I had to collect. So, but hey, they got me to play an open world game. Or I've literally never cared about world building, or not world building, sorry, character building in like any game I played, which is bad because I play strategy RPGs where character building is really important, but I mostly go the meme route and I try making all the characters bad at everything. It's actual conflict zones where players and NPC fight out. Sometimes get intense and giant capital ships have to get involved. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, I sound stressful. Yeah, man. I like never care about stats in games because typically I think the problem with that is that games are too easy, and so they can be beaten without having to really think about character building. So like Pokemon is a really good like relaxing game, but I don't care about Pokemon teams. Like, I can beat the game without caring about Pokemon teams at all and, like, getting good IVs or EVs or whatever. And I don't play competitively. So, what is the point? The later Fire Emblem games... Okay, to be fair, I did play later Fire Emblem games on easy, but the first Fire Emblem game that I played was Three Houses. It was the whole reason I got a Switch. I played the game on normal, and it was extremely easy. And then I'm playing it on hard right now, and it is also extremely easy. But, you know, when playing on normal in other games, I have to do maybe, like, the bare minimum thinking. But, you know, maybe having a little bit more of a challenge would probably encourage me to care more about the game. That sounds so sad when I put it like that, but it's true. Okay. Join a conflict for the zone between 4 capital ships fighting over 40 small ships. That sounds like so much to keep track of. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god, I recently tried trying to play Fire Emblem Fates. After playing Heroes, which is the mobile game, for many months. And I got so, like, shocked with how large everything was. Like, there's so many spaces and there's so many characters. In the mobile game, you only control, like, 4 characters at a time. But then it was suddenly like, hey, there are like 30 people on the opposing team and you're controlling like 20 people on your team. Have fun. You have to keep track of all of their positioning. Like, my ability to keep track of things has gone like way down. Oh, Jesus. I know I'm gonna draw the hands later. because I feel like I should draw the lyre first, and then I can figure out where the hands are going. I'm probably gonna end the stream in like 15 minutes, because it'll be 1 AM for me, and I do actually have class in the morning at 9 AM. I never have class. I try not to have like classes before 10 AM, but alas, this was a core requirement, and there were no other classes before then, so, or after then, so sucks for me. But afterwards, I don't know, I'm planning on trying to semi-daily stream on this account just so I can get, I don't, it sounds like crassing like a whole follower base, but, you know, a regular streaming crowd and have a better schedule as opposed to before when I mostly did renegade streams or like impromptu streams, kind of like what I'm doing right now. But yeah, almost 3 AM, oh my god. Yeah, oh yeah, because you said that you were kind of like close to Chicago. Oh my god. How do y'all do it? I say as someone who definitely has a bad sleep schedule, but I have friends on the East Coast that consistently like stay up to absurd times of night with me, and then I remembered like, oh my god, it's like 4 AM. To them it's 7 AM. Like, how do you do it? But surprisingly, I'm not the person with the absolute worst sleep schedule of my friend group. Yeah, I'll have to, after this, I'll probably browse Steam for a bit for the games you were talking about and see if maybe there's any chance that my motion sickness won't activate if I'm like watching. I'll like probably check out some gameplay and see. Because sometimes I can get through first-person games, but I usually have to take a lot of breaks, so it probably wouldn't be something I streamed. If I'm really desperate to like check out a game, then I'll do it in chunks. Aliens, ooh. I feel like if you have a space game, you gotta have aliens. Not to say that we can't have like more realistic depictions of our universe, which is or I shouldn't say, when I say our universe, I mean like our observable universe, which is we have no idea if aliens exist or not. But, you know, part of a fun space exploration game is that I feel like you're not the only culture out there. I feel like it'd be kind of boring if you were just fighting humans. You pull you out of hyperspace. That kind of sounds freaky, because that imagine you're just minding your own business and it happens for the first time and you had no idea it could happen. Like, oh hello, I am suddenly not protected and vulnerable and there are aliens talking to me, which I know nothing about. There's like a little charm he has at the bottom here. Probably figure out like a line of action for it. I could draw more realistic chains, but alas, I won't. Actually, wait. I used to draw chains just like... I used to just draw chains, but I think there might actually be a thing that I can use. Oh, it only has gold chains. I'm gonna be painting over this anyway, so I could probably get away with it, but I don't really want to. Braided rope. Interesting. I'm like still trying to figure out all of the pattern stuff on here. Ooh, I should have added flowers. I really like this hydrangea brush, mostly because I have some friends who really love hydrangeas, and I feel like they, having a cluster of them is a nice little touch to any piece of art, but the only problem is they're tiny flowers and there's a lot of them. So they're kind of a pain to draw. I figured out some ways to like cheese it by like having impressionist versions of hydrangeas, but like if I want to do like details, it's a pain. Once I like am done coloring it, it's like, oh wait, now I gotta shade it. Let's switch to the turnip pen. Wait, I think I can figure it. Can I select a specific stroke? I might just make a new layer for this. Because there's a way to do like border effects on Clip Studio, but I don't remember how. I'll figure this out. Layer property. Ooh, there we go. Then lock transparency. Haha! I hate drawing parallel lines on detailing. Okay, no longer try locking. Ooh. How am I doing this? I'm gonna do like a little thing here. Oh no! Oh man, that would freak me out. What am I doing with this? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Where is my asset library? I'm trying to see if there's like any patterns I could mash on here to my own design, but I don't think so. Oh no! They couldn't have the mercy to let you through. R.I.P. How do I merge down? There we go. Yeah, geez, that's kind of weird that they can just. Can you fight back at least, or does that kind of suck if the game just randomly takes you out of your travels, and you're not allowed to defend yourself? Especially because it wasn't like a something that you like an encounter you intentionally ran into. It was just a thing that happened. Yeah, that kind of sucks though. I guess it's supposed to like feel great when you actually can defend yourself, but still, for something that happens at random, I think that's a kind of a harsh penalty. Yeah, I guess on the first time you wouldn't know what ships and weapons you need though. I shouldn't talk too much about like how the game is balanced for a game I haven't played, but from the outside perspective, it sounds a little concerning. But I guess as long as y'all are having fun. Jeez. $20. It's quite a while. That's not what I want to do. Yeah. Is it just that while you were like in hyperspace, you were passing by? You'd feel like, you know, if they were advanced enough to, you know, stop a bunch of people dead in their tracks and pull you out of hyperspace, they'd realize that you're just passing through. Oh yeah, I never really fixed that one was larger than the other up here. I feel like it needs to be thicker, not longer. Take that out of context. Okay, that would make sense. Let's see. What else can I do in like the next like 3 minutes? I'll finish off this shoe, even though drawing feet is not my strong suit. As much as I like to meme it, I can't actually draw feet. circle. So there's like alien history. Nice. This, I feel like with any sort of inclusion of like aliens, I feel like not enough focus is put on like if they have this technology, then they would definitely be like a culture with history. And I find it, I mean, obviously aliens during the present is already like a big enough thing, but I'm interested in like how people would write a history of creatures that literally have no, like they don't need to adhere by human rules at all. I'll do my own thing here. There's only one. There's only supposed to be one little gem here, but I'll do two. Okay. It's like 1 a.m., so I think I will end the stream, but I'd like to thank you a lot for coming, for joining my first stream on this channel, and being my first follower. That's all I wanted. Yeah, thanks a lot. I can figure out how to end the stream from Streamlabs. There we go.